Give her a hand.
Yes, thank you. You know, I live in Arizona. I was born and raised in Vegas, but yes. So I drove 4 hours to get here. And while I was driving here, I passed a lady driving a Prius smoking. And I kind of thought to myself as I passed her in my insight, so you can save money so that you can buy cigarettes. Yes, less gas, more cigarettes, I guess. I was going to dress up for you, but it's fucking hot. So I figured it's purple, I have boobs, I win. Just, they're good enough. Ta-da! Okay, now that I got that over with. So I like to go hiking when I'm in Arizona. And I like to get to the trailhead where they have you sign in. And I sign in as the Donner Party of 12. And so on my exit, I sign out Donner Party of 8. We had a nice lunch. That's great. So I have a daughter. I've reproduced. Yay me. Doesn't seem that special anymore. I've replaced myself in the world. I've decided I'm only having one. There can be only one. I actually had her convinced for 10 years that she had older siblings that didn't make it. Anytime she was acting bad, I would say, you realize you had 3 older siblings that didn't make it. She'd look at me and she'd be like, how old were they? I'd say about your age. They were so close. I never raised my hand to my kid. It was always more of a downward sweeping motion. I learned how to be a great parent because I have a care zone, and it's about this big. And you have to try really hard how to hit in that care zone. So you just learn as a parent to be like, honey, yeah, that's great. And you shut the door. And they're still talking. And you're like, it's okay. Nobody's bleeding. Nothing's on fire. We're good, right? Yeah. I was a 911 dispatcher as a supervisor for 7 years. You called me on your worst day. 911, what is the emergency? Yeah, I took care of that problem. Doesn't that instill confidence? Woo! So we had a lady call in, and this is not a HIPAA violation because I'm not giving out any identifying information. That's my disclosure. I'm not a lawyer. I cannot give any legal advice. But please don't sue me about this. So she called in on 911 for her sister that was having a seizure. And I was a supervisor, so what do supervisors do? They watch. So one of my minions answered the phone, and it's a seizure. We got a dispatch, right? So fire and EMS start on their way. In the meantime, my other little minion was over here asking questions because we have specific questions we have to ask. And so, the guys on the radio asked, is the patient still seizing? And the one guy on the phone heard this, and so he asked the lady, is she still seizing? And he goes, so the guy on the radio leans over and goes, that's affirmative, patient's still seizing. It's one of the funniest things I ever saw. Did you know that in sign language means I lost my purse? So now, anytime, because calling somebody out as an imbecile, idiot, or moron is a clinical term, so they came up with the term retard. Either way, they're all inappropriate, so it means I lost my purse, and anytime I have one of those moments, I just I lost my purse. That way I don't offend anybody. I was playing Clue with my daughter, speaking of offending people. I can't talk about this in the workplace because I'm a bad employee. So I get up here in front of you people. I get to get that out. So, and I know I'm a bad employee because I took a Colby test. You ever take a Colby test? It's where they survey you and ask what kind of employee you are. Turns out I'm a bad one, and they hired me anyways. Yay me. So, I don't know where I was going with that. So, back to my daughter. We were playing Clue, and we have the Simpsons version of Clue. And she asked me, Mom, why are the rooms so dirty? And I said, baby, you haven't lived in the city long, have you? And she's like, no. And she goes, why is the guy of the Quickie Mart an Arab, like, turban guy? And I said, well, you haven't been in many 7-Elevens, have you? Speaking of 7-Eleven, did you know that today is National Slurpee Day? Did everybody get their Slurpee? Yeah. So next year, 7-Eleven, remember that? I've now taught you something so that you don't feel this was a complete waste of time. Oh, my God. Tough crowd, guys, tough crowd. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So speaking of missed opportunities and raising children, my ex-husband actually asked me about 8 months after I divorced him how to spell my daughter's name so he could get a tattoo on his back. And I thought to myself that was a total missed opportunity because I would have said, how do you spell it? Good enough. That falls outside my care zone. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Nice and loud, nice and loud, nice and loud, nice and loud, nice and loud. All right, here we go, guys. I appreciate you guys being so respectful for every one of these artists on stage. I'm going to have that table shut up. All right, guys, here we go. Look at the last 3 digits of your white tickets, please. Last 3 digits, last 3 digits, last 3 digits, last 3 digits. And I have 1 free drink to give away right now. Here we go. Last 3 digits of this one say 005. Is that you? Good shit, man. You deserve it, man. How cool is that? I have 1 more to give away. 1 more to give away. You guys have been awesome. Keep those white tickets out. Here we go. Last 3 digits. I'm shuffling these bad boys up in the back pocket right now. Pulling out a winner right here. This one, I can feel it. Number 027. 027. So close. Is that over here? Who has it? Who has it? Is that you? All right, cool. Here you go. Trade you. There you go. And I got you. I'm coming over to you. Guys, stick around. We have some really talented artists lined up here. And at midnight, we're going to pick one of these artists to be in our next televised event. So stick around and see who it is.
Yeah, I'm flossing my stuff. You do. Mic check 1, check 2, 2, 2. Holla.